Welcome to week 4 of the Tim and Chuck Show. Week 4 already, Chuck. Crazy.
Goes fast.
Yeah, we've got 3 big games to talk about. We're not gonna mess around. We're gonna go right into it. First game we're gonna talk about: Defiance and Salina. Defiance hitting the road to take on unbeaten Salina. Defiance is looking to go 3-0 in the league for the first time. Well, they went 2-0 for the first time since 2008. Looking to stay unbeaten. Salina's unbeaten. Beat OG last week. Big game. What do you think?
Boy, it's anytime you're WBL, first of all, there's never really an off week in the WBL, so you got to be on top of your game every week there. And road games, luckily the heat's died down a little bit, so the bus trip might not play as big of a factor. But man, when you step off the bus, it's got to be a business trip.
Well, there's going to be a lot of passing in that game. Salina's got a sophomore quarterback. He likes to put it up by the name of Caleb Hoying. They got one of the best athletes in the WBL in Braylon Bader. Defiance is going to counter with Will Abad and Trey Gilliam and Austin Hancock. They're going to be throwing around. Zach Hale's playing well at middle linebacker. Should be a fun game.
Yep.
Now we're going to talk about a game that we talk about every year. The Henry County Battle. This time Patrick Henry's going to Liberty Center. Both are 2-0 in the NWOAL. Patrick Henry has the one loss. That's going to be a war.
That's right. You talked about rivalries. These two schools just don't like each other.
No.
I mean, when they get together, it's going to be hard fought. Just snot bubbles all over the place. People getting after it. People in the stands, rooting, cheering, going crazy. Coaches going crazy because they do not want to lose to these guys. And you see guys like Hernandez. He's got 9 touchdowns. I mean, there's just going to be touchdowns on the ground, in the air. It's going to have a little bit of everything, and it's just hatred.
Well, and the thing that I love about this matchup is, when you talk about these two teams, everyone talks about Patrick Henry's flashy offense, and LC wants to, dial up the ground game. But there are big kids that just beat the heck out of each other during that game. It comes down to line play.
Exactly, and it always does, and that's, it's always won and lost in the trenches, and those kids love that. Those trench kids, they don't care. Don't talk about me. I'll just take the W, and that's basically what football's about, man. Get after it in the trenches and let everybody else sort them out.
Yeah, there's going to be some helmets knocking on Friday night there.
That's right.
Another big game. GMC opens this week, game that you know all about. Yep. Wayne Trace is coming to Ayersville. Wayne Trace coming off a big emotional win. Both teams are 3-0. Both teams don't want to start 0-1 in the GMC. Colby Speece is coming for Wayne Trace, and he's thrown for he's thrown for over 1,200 yards, 15 TDs. Corbin Showalter's got 8 TDs. Jake Aaron 4 TDs. Their running back has 4 TDs. I mean, they're just a balanced team.
They are, and then it all starts with the quarterback. If it's not there on his first read, he does a wonderful job of buying time, moving the pocket around, and you know what? He is a gunslinger, man. He's got just a cannon for a right arm, and he'll put the ball in the tiniest little window, and every one of their receivers is fast with great hands. It's a hard offense to slow down.
Well, it's going to be Austin Zackridge, I think, leading you guys with 23 tackles.
Right.
Trey Schaefer, 18 tackles and 4 sacks. Those guys are going to have to contain him a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, it's going to be, up to our seniors, guys like AZ, Luke Lawson, who's got, done a good job on number 1 receiver so far this year. DJ Hagerman, another senior back there. Trey up front, getting a big rush from his defensive end position. Guys like that. And then, a lot of our DBs, guys like Jake Lamb, Aaron Calhoun, Brayton Martin, going to be put to the test. We'll see if they're up for it.
Do you have to score with them, or do you have to slow them down when you guys have the ball offensively?
Well, that's what I told the guys. They're going to score, and they're going to catch passes. That's just what that offense does. We need to limit the times that they drive the field, limit the times that they can get into the end zone, and try to get the turnovers. And our offense has been putting up a lot of points this year, so hopefully you don't want to get into a shooting match with them. But defense, we need to limit them, and offense just needs to do its job.
I think there's going to be a big crowd there on Friday night.
Yep.
All right, let's get into it, Chuck.
Let's do it.
Rose Insurance Collision of the Week. Again, we thank them for being the sponsor. What do you got for us?
And for the Collision of the Week, thank you, Rose Insurance. It's a typical Wayne Trace play. Here we go. We've got Colby Speece drops back to pass. He looks to his left. Corbin Showalter running a little jailbreak screen, and a Crestview linebacker thinks he's going to turn and try to track it down from behind. But Brock Warden says, no, my friend, blind side, lights him up like a Christmas tree. Collision of the Week.
Nice. Well, and he came a long way to get him.
Yes. Yeah, that's that jailbreak screen is deadly if you're a linebacker or DB and you don't have your head on a swivel. Those linemen coming downfield, they will clean your clock, baby.
Nice play, young man.
Yep.
And this week's Powerade Power Play of the Week is actually 3 plays, and it too involves Mr. Speece, who we've talked about, and Mr. Showalter, who we just talked about. Wayne Trace is trailing Crestview 7-6 early. 3 straight drives. I think I'm going to throw 3 straight touchdown passes piece to Showalter. 1 down the sideline, touchdown. 1 in the back of the end zone, touchdown. Slant, end zone, touchdown. Turned a 7-6 deficit into a 28-7 lead on the way to a 54-41 win. Avenges last year's loss to Crestview.
Yep. And those plays exemplify exactly what that offense is about. You get a look at the strong arm, you get a look at the scramble, and the wide receivers coming back and doing a nice job on the scramble drill. You know, that's man, it's just a machine that is just rolling right now.
Well, congratulations to this week's winners. We will be back for week 5 next week. I'm sure we'll have some more big games. I mean, we play big games every week around
That's
here,
right.
don't we?
That's all we've got is big games, folks.
That's
all we
right.
got.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Mark will be scrolling that along the bottom like he always does.
Yep.
Thanks, Mark. We'll see you next week.
Cheerio.